Join us. Circle the globe. The planet is your hunting paradise. And one man will show you the world as you've never seen it before. Danger won't stop him. Nature won't break him or prevent him from doing the impossible. Hunting the earth with bow and arrow. Be there to share this adventure. The ultimate journey for the ultimate shot.
I'm Archie Nesbitt, and you are watching The Ultimate Shot. In today's episode, you will see a part of the road I had to take through the wild world of the African bush, encountering countless times the real danger of being charged, stomped on, stabbed, or torn to pieces by the object of my hunting desire, taking the African Big Five with bow and arrow. Africa is the hunting paradise on Earth, where the megafauna and the multiple kinds of antelope cohabitate with the big carnivorous cats and 6 other species of very dangerous game. Today I will tell you about some of my close and personal accounts with the big cats. The lion, this mythical creature which ruled over 3 continents thousands of years ago, can now be hunted only in Africa. It is the second biggest cat on Earth after the tiger. Today, only some historical evidence of the presence of lions is left in Europe. And in Asia, it can be seen only in the forest of Gir in northwestern India, where only several hundred specimens have survived. But in Africa, where lions are hunted under strict control, they still feel like masters of their environment, and they often remind the people of their status. The abductions of people from the railway construction along the Tsavo River are still remembered, when within a period of 9 months, a total of 38 people were abducted from the construction site of the bridge over the river and eaten by a pride of lions. Hollywood told part of the story. Today I will tell you about a lion which had not yet tried human flesh, but it had made a real massacre of an ostrich farm in South Africa. The owner of the farm had informed the government about the dangerous attacks of the predator, and because we were close at hand and in the market, he asked me to try and eliminate his problem. Our problem was that we had to stalk and hunt this lion on foot in its backyard. While we were searching for the fresh tracks of that morning, I saw on the road one of the ostriches which had obviously survived the attacks. I really wanted to check how close I could get to this enormous bird. Later I learned in no uncertain terms from its owner just how dangerous this was. The ostrich can rip up a man's chest with only one jump. But obviously the birds on this farm were half domesticated, because they did not attack me, and many had not managed to protect themselves from the lion, which had brought down 3 of the giant feathered birds in just one night. It was clear that this was a rampage, and not just hunger. Traveling along the dusty road, we watched carefully for any tracks of the bloodthirsty killer, and soon our trackers, imported from Kruger, discovered them. However, after a detailed inspection, it was determined that the tracks were not fresh, and we decided to go back to the last kill site. The lion was probably still hanging around.
Was it a wounded lion?
A wounded lion.
Yeah.
And the French guy ran away, and he opened this whole area.
And did you
He first got me 4 holes in the stomach. Yeah, somewhere, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
4, and it snapped my belt. And then he went into a thick thorn bush. And he was sitting on top of me. But as he jumped, I shot him with the same monolithic, but a 375 through here. And he was lying on top of me, stomach here. And then he let go, and then he wanted to take me in the face, so I put his hand in.
His mouth.
It mouth. And then I managed to kick it away, and he came back and he grabbed me on the knee.
Yeah,
in the meantime, a Leonard base came to my rescue. I tell you that.
And shot it.
He shot her through the neck, but he said no, she was still on top of him.
It was a female.
Female.
Oh.
But she's vicious. fish. This all happened within, I don't think it was a minute, seconds.
Seconds.
30,
Just like
30
this.
seconds, all over.
Well, you're a lucky man in a way.
I am, but I hope you guys will do your
Yeah,
job tonight.
okay.
After we heard the fearful story of our host and saw the permanent results, I began to notice some dubious dark outlines among the yellow grasses quite often. I could not shake off the feeling that something or someone was watching me always. Due to the fact that my senses were so keen to the extreme, I managed to see the motionless impala, otherwise invisible among the tall bushes. The antelope's meat would help us discover the lion. In the evening, we all waited nervously for the morning to come to see if the lion would hit the bait. We started the hunt just before dawn, this time with more confidence, because we had an assistant. A famous four-legged lion hunter was among its human colleagues. Due to the jack's keen sense of smell, we now would work the wind, and we would find this cat, to this point invisible to us humans, among the thick brush and high grass. The ostrich's remains were almost eaten up, but the fresh tracks around them were clearly visible. The lion had eaten well and probably was resting somewhere nearby, shaded by the shadowy thorns. Directly in front of the jack, we made eye-to-eye contact with the cat that obviously had been watching us for a long time. We were not prepared to take any risk or have a repeat of what our host had experienced. We wanted a successful bow hunt, so we waited half an hour before we went in after the lion.
That was exciting last night in the dark, seeing all those tracks. Huge tracks, and he could be anywhere.
Can I tell you a small thing? Last night we didn't see him, but I can bet you he's
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because every time when we pass the road, when you see the light is coming, you just go out of the road into a bush and he's lying down. You won't see
Well, we walked by him half an hour. He was lying there half an hour ago. We turned in, came in this time, we walked right into him. And Derek said, and I mean, there's head underneath that tree.
Is it blood?
I don't know.
Okay, let's go.
Well, let's go find it.
You've got a very nice handgun here.
It's a nice one, 375.
I know you.
Are we ready? And remember, we're going to try and not
Shoot him again with the bow.
Thanks, Rob.
Archie, you want to see how your shit likes when you eat ostriches?
Come down here on the next one. Up to 3 ostriches a night.
Here?
You just bite it and let it go and go for the next one.
We've heard reports that he's taken 18 ostriches off this ranch and cattle off the next, and they've been after him, and we had the great opportunity to hunt him and had a great stock, some great help from some great people today, and a great little dog, and we just ran into him and snuck around and got a decent shot in him. It could have been better, I guess, but in the circumstances through the brush, it was just great, and we got a fabulous, fabulous trophy. Probably the king of the African plains, and he's just gorgeous. He's got a great mane, and he's a beautiful, beautiful trophy. Just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me, and just a great thrill. So we had a great hunt, and
After the unique experience I had while we were looking for the problematic lion, I thought that I would never feel the same thrill again, but I was wrong. Every encounter with the big cats of Africa is unique and special, and the risk and the thrill is the same. We are insignificant in front of the power, the grace, and the might they possess. In this segment of The Ultimate Shot, we will continue our quest for the Big Five. On the road to the bait and blind, specially prepared for leopards, we encountered a pride of lions. Of all cats, lions are the only species which lives in groups. Most commonly, prides consist of about 15 animals. Mainly the females hunt, and the presence of only females in this group and their deliberate and imposing attitude toward us made me suppose that at this moment they were the hunters and we were the prey. Soon the big Tom appeared, obviously impatient and dissatisfied that we were still moving freely along the road and were not being served for dinner. Only a pod of hippos behind us answered his angry roar. At 3:00 a.m., when the first glow of the sun lit up the sky, the leopard which we were expecting appeared. Its dark silhouette was a perfect target on the background of the shining sky. The spotted cat obviously felt our presence and cautiously began climbing down the tree trunk.
Perfect shot. Well, I had him up in the tree. I videoed him up in the tree there. How do you feel about the shot? This is what I really need to know. Well, you heard him go. You're perfectly clear.
Okay. Well, we had wind last night, big winds, and we were in the blind, and nothing came in, and we understood that. No wildlife around and limbs falling. So we get up at 3 o'clock this morning, and we were in the blind about 4:30, and as it was getting light, there was a fight and roaring, and leopards chasing each other, and all of a sudden I could see PJ make some movement, and I looked through the little crack I had in front of me, and here was a leopard walking across the dry creek bed to the tree, and where our bait was, and the leopard took a couple of jumps, climbed up the tree, started eating. So I came to full draw, and my window slid open, and the leopard spooked a bit and took off the bait and started down the tree, but turned broadside in some of the limbs, and so I swung and had a broadside shot, but just through enough limbs probably that I got some kind of deflection, and
although it was a fatal wound. We tracked the leopard for about 250 yards, 200 yards, and we're all dispersed looking at for the blood trail, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there was a tremendous roar, and I looked up and I looked at PJ and I looked at the leopard, and it jumped out basically right at his feet and came in his direction, and as he swung his sawed-off shotgun, the leopard turned and ran away, and we could see that it was seriously injured, and it ran into this dark timber here in the thorns, and so PJ made the decision, which was the right one, to not shoot the leopard with his shotgun, and we left it for 4 hours, came back with our team of guys and picked up the very sparse blood trail, found a location where the leopard had been milling around, and PJ walked over ahead, scouting ahead with his sawed-off shotgun, and stepped on the leopard again. The next hunt you will see is from a mashon, high in the crown of a tree. Having in mind the carnivorous cat's nature and the fact that they hunt mainly after nightfall, it is normal to expect that they will come out only after sundown, even on an established bait of hippo meat. While we were waiting for daylight to provide us with enough visibility to look for our lion, a giant hyena came out of the bush. We were extremely lucky to take 2 world-class trophies at one time on one night from a tree stand.
Roger, we've had a good morning. Just look right in there. What's lying right in there? Yeah, Arch. You very happy? Look at the size of the body. Big cat, nice big head. And he's got a decent mane, he's just blonde, that's why he doesn't show up, you know? Yeah, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
I got okay. See the dark body? Very big body on this cat, huh? And I think you've got a good size head there too.
This morning when we came in, he was here. We came in the dark, climbed the tree, and he moved away but came back, and we listened to the crunching and the gnawing and the scratching and everything for an hour or so, and daylight came, and he moved around in a bit of a quartering away position, and PJ turned to me and said, whenever you're ready. So I stood up, and distance about 40 yards, and I pulled a great shot. Went about 28 yards from the tree and fell over. It's been a great hunt.
Smile. Roger.
Well, a little maybe overkill, but
Well, we didn't want him to go anyway. We had to arrow him a couple more times.
so
We got one of the animals you wanted.
that's what I wanted, a big hyena. Oh, and he's huge, isn't he? Well, I hit him 3 times, and there's the three holes. So, boy, he's a big animal.
Yeah, it's got a funny tooth there too. Ooh, look at those teeth on him. Well, there you are.
Well, thank you very much. I wanted a hyena, and I got him.
Congratulations.
This one, about 50 yards from the blind, came in and just great. And we didn't go very far, but we finished him off, and the boys laughed. He made a lot of noise,
Well, they
like
say-
hyenas do. So
They say he's a thief.
he's a thief. They say he's a thief.
He's a thief.
Yeah.
Kabolala. Yeah, they say kabulala means he
A
steals.
great trophy from Africa, spotted hyena.
Local trackers always perform a certain ritual when a hunter manages to take a lion, honoring the spirit of the king of animals so that he would not return someday for revenge, reincarnated and restless. It is a fact that all African peoples don't like lions. That is why Kenya, which has had no hunting in decades, has no big mature male cats. No value, no sustained use, no SCI, and no hunting equals no cats. In the next episode of The Ultimate Shot, we will embark on the hardest part of a Big Five hunt. We will hunt the Cape buffalo, and you will witness some unique footage from several hunts of this deadly animal. We will show you what the encounter with Black Death looks like when an arrow is shot from a bow. Be there to witness this ultimate shot, full of danger and adrenaline.